Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here this morning. It is Friday, my friends. Finally, Friday. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate you guys coming in here today. Today's topic is this: the battle within. As always, thank you all for joining. So, today we're going to talk about the battle within. There's another network that I'm part of that I have been kind of sharing these some of these insights as well, and I have been on basically a tear with those, where I've been on a consistent path of sharing this challenge called a war within. But this one I'm going to call just battle within here for this podcast and these purposes. And really, what I'm talking about is the internal stuff that you and I deal with on a daily basis. And we're talking mainly in your mind. So your mind is such a weapon of construction or destruction, if you think about it, right? Our minds can come up with so many great things, so many good ideas, such good thoughts, good mojo, good, anything. Like our minds have put men on the moon. Our minds have done incredible things. Our minds can also be incredibly destructive, right? I mean, take anyone that is addicted to drugs or, is cheating on a spouse or is severely overweight or, anything like that. Like, these things largely happen because of a weak mindset. Like, it happens because of a story that you choose to believe in your mind, and it just leads down this path of destruction. So I'll have you consider that your mind is either a tool for your construction or your destruction. And once you learn to control how to manipulate your own mind to make it a tool of construction, you become an unstoppable force. Like, you fight this battle every single day to win your mind. Like, your mind will always seek the easy way out. Your mind will always seek comfort. Your mind will always tell you things that will feed a fear or a insecurity. There's always this chatty voice. At least this is the way it is with me, right? There's always a chatty voice in there telling you, like, hey, don't do that. Whether you want to call it your conscience, God, whatever you want to call it, right? There's a voice inside of your head that is kind of like always thinking, always on, always talking to you in a way that is either constructive or destructive. And which side you listen to depends on it manifests itself in your life. Like, it's just something that I've learned and I've noticed in myself over the past year or so, and it's completely true, because I've had times where I've listened to the constructive voice and the things that it's telling me, and I've actually gone on and done some awesome things. And then there's times where I've listened to the destructive voice, and I've burned things, and I've given up on things. There's incredible power in your thoughts. Like, there's incredible power in your thoughts. And it's a daily battle. Like, it's a battle within your own mind to win your own mind every single day. And it's difficult. It's hard. Like, the battles you fight, in your external life, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, parenting, like whatever it is. Like, right, there's one battle, there's one war that's the most important, and that is in your mind. Like, if you cannot win your own mind, you're screwed. You're screwed. Now, how you do this is beyond the scope of this show, but there are techniques, there are things that I have learned over the past year or so that have really helped me as far as analyzing your thoughts, meditation, mantras, the whole nine yards, right? Really trying to reprogram your mind to only be able to listen to those positive thoughts, right? Like you have a voice that feeds your dreams and your hopes and your ambitions and your desires, and then you have a voice that feeds your fears and your doubts and your insecurities, right? And it's probably it's the same voice, right? But what you choose to decide to feed is important, right? I remember a movie, real quick, a little story for you. You guys have seen, I think it's Rush Hour 2, where they go to Vegas, right? And the guy tells the story at the Vegas casino opening about this dragon that was supposed to guard all these people's treasure, right? And these people would sneak it food forever. And the moral of the story was they kept feeding this dragon, but before long, it had grown so big that it blocked the doorway to all this treasure. So there was this big dragon that was blocking this room full of treasure that had started out as just a little one, right? So, but the moral of it was, as they continued to feed it, it got too big, and it blocked them from what they wanted, right? And you can do this in your mind too. Like, the more you feed a fear, the bigger it gets. The more you feed your insecurities, the bigger they get. The more you feed your doubts, the bigger they get. It's just common sense. And I have seen this firsthand in my life. So start feeding your hopes. Start feeding your dreams. Start feeding your ambitions, your desires. Start feeding that with consistent thoughts. That voice needs to feed the positive things in your life. And it's hard. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to do. But do this for a week and see where you are. So that's my challenge for you. Try to get the voice in your head to feed your positive attributes, to feed your dreams, to feed your ambitions, your desires, right? If you have a negative thought, you're thinking about a fear, stop yourself. No, I need to feed this better thought. This thought is more constructive towards what I want, right? Do this for a week and see where you end up. See how you feel mentally. See where you are in your life physically. Like, it's crazy. For the past month, I have been doing this, and it has absolutely changed my outlook on a lot of things. The more you feed your fears, the bigger they grow. The more you feed your dreams, the bigger they grow. So fighting this battle within every single day is something we all face. But you don't have to face it alone. That's the beauty of it. There's all kinds of resources out there. There's all kinds of awesome things. And as always, there is the Run Your Day Facebook community. Head over to the Facebook page. Share anything that you want to share. Tweet at us. Whatever you have to do. There's help out there. There really is, if you're in that place. So that's going to wrap up today's show and this week's show. I did want to say real quick, I did promise you guys some good news, and I do have to say I might have to let you down here. What I'm planning on doing, I was planning on this week, is getting a website up for the Run Your Day Facebook, or not Facebook, just an actual website. There is an Anchor website for the Run Your Day show, but what I'm trying to do is get an awesome, like its own standalone page with resources. I got a couple ebooks I want to share on there with you guys, like a whole 9 yards. And I meant to do that this week. I will say there have been some other things that have come up, and I have gotten sidetracked. So that is one of my goals this weekend, So hopefully on Monday morning, I will give you guys the website and URL to the new Run Your Day website. That is my goal for the weekend as I watch some of the basketball games. I know Kentucky plays tonight, so go Cats. But yeah, that is my goal for you guys. It's going to be an awesome site where you can listen to the podcast, you can get some additional resources, engage with the community, the whole 9 yards. So as always, that's going to wrap up today's show. Start fighting the battle within, start getting after it, getting after yourself, and building up yourself mentally. This is Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day and a great weekend, my friends.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.